Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about a very important topic for any small business, any accounting firm, pretty much anyone out there who has a requirement to use a bookkeeping solution. And that question is, which solution is better, QuickBooks or Xero? And we're going to be pitting them against the two. Now, if you want me to pit against other software out there, Sage, Free Agent, all those other software solutions there are, then make sure you put a comment below, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, because the more interaction we have on this video, the more likely we're going to go and start looking at the other solutions out there. But for today, it's going to be very straightforward. We're going to be looking at QuickBooks versus Xero, seeing which one would be better for you. We've got 4 tests to go through. Test number 1, how quick and easy is it to get some bank data in there? I've got a CSV file that I've got called test client. It's got a load of data on there. How easy is it to get into QuickBooks or Xero? And then we're going to have a look at how easy it is to get some actual receipts in there as well. How quickly is it going to get that data in? And then the second 2 tests is processing those 2. So how quickly can we get the data in and accurately into the bank, from the bank into QuickBooks or Xero? And then how quickly can we process the data from these receipt capture software as well? To me, this is going to be a really, really exciting little test to do, because this is going to once and for all determine which one's best for you in your practice or business or whatever it is you're using QuickBooks or Xero for. Right, let's go for it. Let's not waste any more time. Run the VT and let's get straight into it. Hello, my name is Aaron Patrick. I am a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with a fancy new logo, that QuickBooks Chap on the internet, head of accounts here at Boffix, and also your friendly podcaster who goes live each and every Monday morning for Ask the Accountant at 8:30 a.m. Now, in today's video, we are comparing QuickBooks versus Xero and figuring out which one is better. So without further ado, let's get back into both pieces of software and let's go for it. Now, from a Xero side, I'm using our Boffix accountancy test account, so should be okay. I mean, there is some existing data in here already that we've used to showcase Xero to clients from time to time. So I think it'll be okay to kind of use this one. I don't see there being any issues. In fact, if anything, should give Xero a bit of advantage here because we're using an older file. We should already have some kind of rules in place and stuff like that to help. When it comes to QuickBooks though, we're going to start a whole new client from scratch. And I am going to put some rules in place as well. And the rules that I'm going to put in is that, and we're only going to use simple start for this, so we're not even using the most advanced version or anything. We're just going to keep it simple, keep it straightforward. Rules I'm going to put in is when I import the data into QuickBooks, I'm not going to use their new Train QB functionality. Now, if you don't know what Train QB functionality, please head over to one of our sister channels, Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks Chap, and you're going to be able to see a great little breakdown of what Train QB is. And what essentially Train QB does is when you first import bank data into QuickBooks, it uses AI to actually start processing that all for you without you having to do anything. It's really cool. It's really, really powerful. But I think for this, it's really unfair for us to compare that because Xero doesn't have anything like that, doesn't have that functionality. So it'd be unfair for me to go, well, QuickBooks has already done it in a matter of seconds, and Xero, well, we've still got to do it all manually. So we're both on both of them. We're going to process the bank data manually, but we're going to see what the difference between the two are, how quick and easy that's going to be. So cool. Right, I've got to set up a brand new client in QuickBooks. And again, this will be a disadvantage for QuickBooks because we're starting from scratch. Now, one thing to note about this, in both of these scenarios, we're going to be taking an Excel file and we're going to be putting it into QuickBooks Online or Xero. I would highly recommend, if you're doing this yourself, not to do that. Both solutions give us the opportunity to connect to a bank account and let the bank feed come in. By far the best way of getting data in there, and something I'd highly recommend for everyone to do going forward. In this test though, having set up a bank account, making them connect, and they'll be clashing with one another and all that sort of stuff just wouldn't make sense. So we're going to test to see how both solutions fare about us actually taking the Excel file and putting the data in manually, which is something you have to do from time to time, especially if you've got historical data you want to bring in. If you start your business and a year later you start going to QuickBooks or Xero, normally when you connect a bank account, you can only go back 3 months or so. So having the ability to import the data is really, really important. Here's our first task, which is getting the data in. Start the clock. All right, task number 1 then. Task number 1 is really straightforward. We have an Excel file just like this, just full of bank data, and we just got to get them in. There are just under 76, so 75 transactions in total, and we've just got to get that data, first of all, into Xero and QuickBooks. Let's get it into Xero first. So from Xero, I'm going to go to my banking area. I'm just going to call this test bank. Select account type. I'm just going to say it's every day, day to day. Don't need that information in here at this point. Save and continue. Right, cool. We've got a sort code in. Right, so test bank. Let's manage the account and let's import a statement. Brilliant. From here then, I'm going to select the file. I'm just going to use this one. And I'm going to press next. Brilliant. So column header for CSV period. No field, we don't need that one. Transaction date, yeah. I mean, I would recommend putting the details in. I think that actually helps quite a lot. So I'm going to definitely put the description in there. So I've got a description, that looks good to me. From here, we're going to go and put our debits and credits in. So this is interesting. Xero's decided that the balance is the transaction amount, which is not. It's certainly not that, is it? So it doesn't like me to do debits and credits then. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Right. Okay. Right. Well, let's stop the clock there, Lizzie. We actually can't import the data as it is. We're going to have to do some messing around to sort that. But let's just show you in QuickBooks how that would work. So again, this brand new version of QuickBooks. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to go transactions, bank transactions. I'm going to upload transactions. I'm going to select the file, press continue. I am going to create a brand new one. I'm just going to call it test account for this one. So this is me just taking a brand new chart of account for this. Save and close. Continue. 2 columns. Date format. Boom. Date, yep. Description is called details. It knows about debits and credit. Money received versus money spent. Awesome. Press continue. Keep the original values, faster payment, or they coming in. Yeah, that looks good to me. Brilliant. Tick the ones. All I did there was just use this tick box up here to tick the ones I want. And I can decide which ones I want to bring in at this point. If I don't want to bring them all in, press continue, press yes, 75 transactions in. Done. So import complete on that one. Oh, and before we do get, this is that bit here, review categorize bit. This is the learn QB functionality where QuickBooks would have actually used AI to import that all for me. Again, I'm going to use skip for now. It's not fair to use that. So going through from that. All right, cool. Let's go to the other screen then. So I'm going to have to go back on this one. I'm now going to have to download the template. And I'm going to have to basically transfer the data between one and the other. So I don't understand why they're making me do this. I really, really don't. Let me find that file. There it is. But, you know, these are the ways that the Xero people are putting the information in. So we have to have that one. So that's my date. Description is going to be this one. Put that one in there. And it... Right, okay. So, I mean, pretty dab hand at doing, you know, at doing a bit of Excel wizardry. So it's not exactly the hardest thing in the world, but I do have to actually physically do some work on this one for me to actually get the data in there. Oh, should have done paste a value, shouldn't I? But I didn't have to do any of this in the other one, so never mind. Okay, cool. So I think now I'm ready to import. Let's see. This is all extra bit I'm having to do here. So, okay, bringing this in. So I've got to bring this statement in here. Got to press next. It's found my date. It's found my amount. It's found my description. It does tell me a transaction preview there of what that's going to be looking like. So that's cool. Press next. I got the data that's in there. Cool. Yeah. And I can see the data. I can go through it just like I've done in QuickBooks. 75 are ready to do complete the import. Nicely done. So other than having to actually manually adjust my CSV file, which is weird, I had to do that, but that's just the way it is, isn't it? That's the way we are. Right, cool. So in both scenarios now, it's taken this long and it's taken this long to be able to get my data into QuickBooks via bank. So that was cool, right? We've seen that one. And again, most of the time you would connect your bank account up because that's by far the best way. Let the automatic data flow through instead of manually having to put it in. But from time to time, you do need to manually add it. And we can see now that QuickBooks is by far a quicker way of doing it. It just lets you import any sort of file, really. You can map accordingly. With the Xero one, you do need to do a bit of work around. And it's bank dependent. Some banks you will have that amount column anyway and you'd have to go through it. I was using Starling, didn't have that with me, so I would have to go through, put it through. No worries at all. Right, okay, next one then, we're going to be putting manual data in here. I've got 3 things to put in. A nice little cocktail geeks with VAT on it, a post office with VAT, or exempt VAT in this case, and then we've also got a bill to put in as well. So 1 receipt with VAT, 1 receipt with exempt, 1 bill to put in there. Let's go and get this in. Now this time around, we'll swap them around. I'll do QuickBooks first. Okay, QuickBooks is open. Now for me to get this data in, from the quick action buttons, I can press quick snap and I can just go through and snap that one. Make sure I'm happy with it. Looks all right to me. Snap that one. Make sure I'm happy with it. Looks all right to me. And then snap this final one as well. Boom. Yeah, looks good to me. 3 of them. Use 3 photos. Boom. Got that in. Right. Okay. So those 3 are in. Now, while we're here, might as well have a quick look at the app as well, just so people who may have never seen it before can see. You can snap receipt, really useful, take photo, done there. I could go into the transactions area and deal with all those bank transactions I've done as well. So I've got 75 transactions to do. But we're not going to do it via the app because there are more efficient ways of doing it on the browser. So as a fair comparison, we'll go through from there. But what I really like about this is the fact that if I go to all, I actually have a whole mileage section as well. So what I can do is I can turn on mileage tracking directly from here, meaning that if I jump in a car, it's going to record that mileage for me. Love that sort of functionality, absolutely brilliant. And just like the rest of, you know, as you'd expect, I can then send invoices and put all that sort of information on as well. And I've got this nice little today screen for me to kind of get on top of it all. Yeah, so really, really useful having the app. Now let's go to the Xero app and do exactly the same. So I'm going to go into Xero, get myself signed in. Both of them use face recognition, everything to get yourself in, which is cool. We love that. Right, and here's my test bank there. Going through from there, so I can go purchases, press plus, add bill. Oh, interesting. Can't actually take a photo of this then. Oh, how do I do that then? Go into here. Oh, of course, you have to use a separate solution called HubDoc for this one. So I can't use my Xero app to do it. I have to go and download a separate app. Open, cool. So from the timing point of view, this is obviously going to take me longer. I've got to go in, I've got to sign in, and I've got to go and sign into the new account. Find my password. All right. Yeah, trust this device. Cool. Notification to your phone. Cool. Paste. Done. Confirm. And there we are. We're in. Cool. Right. I hope I would like to use my camera. Yeah, please. Thank you. Awesome. So let's take a photo of that one. Right. So on the QuickBooks app, I was able to take multiple photos at a time. This one I've got to upload individually. Slightly annoying. Yeah. And then upload that one as well. Cool. So there we go. Nice one. Cool. So the first 2 ones, which were always supposed to be nice and quick tests, was how do I get data into QuickBooks? What's my quickest way of getting that data into there and into Xero? For the bank account, I just was able to put it straight into QuickBooks, no problem whatsoever. And with the app as well, I was just logged into QuickBooks, clicked a few buttons, and I was able to get all 3 in at the same time. No problem. In the Xero one, I went to the Xero app, couldn't find what I was looking for, realised I had a second app, which I should have remembered, I suppose. I had to install the second app, get myself signed into the second app, take photos in the second app, then realise I could only take 1 at a time. Again in there. So clearly getting data in. QuickBooks is winning at this point. Xero's losing, but it's all to play for. Let's see how easy it is to process the data. So we started with QuickBooks in the last one. Let's go process the data on Xero. Now the first data we've got to process is our bank area. So that's this data just here. There's 75 transactions. There's not a lot of transactions to do. And I think you can use this cash coding, can't you, as the quickest way of doing it. Where I can kind of go down here and I go, right, well, that's director's loan, that's subscriptions, and I can tick multiple ones as well, so I could be a little bit faster with this, couldn't I, by going tick, 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 and then go apply rule, spend money. No, I don't want to, no, I just want to update them. I just want to change all of them to what I want to do. I want to just change these. I've ticked them all, and now I want to put, I don't want to apply rule, I want to just tick them. Okay, I can't do it that way. So back to it then. Yep, so the clock's going on this one, so let's just do each individually then, I suppose, because that's what it wants me to do. So we're just going to say other, no, I just want other direct costs. So you know what, purchases, cost of sales, that's all I want it to go into. Where's my cost of sales gone? Okay, let's add a new account then. It's the easiest way into it. Okay, cool. Account type, let's call this cost of sales. Direct cost, perfect, brilliant. Don't need a code, not interested in that. And let's just do other direct costs. Get that one in there. Awesome. We're not VAT registered on this one. Someone's put no VAT on all of them, so it's fine. Show on dashboard, yeah. Show and expend, yeah. Enable on payments, yeah. Don't need any of that. So press save. Cool. I'll put a unique code in. Right. Okay. What code do I put in then? How about 123? 123 is available. Excellent. So I got that one in. Right. Card payment to insurance. So that goes to insurance. Card subscription, virtual landline. Cool. Subscriptions. Other direct costs. All these are subscriptions. I'll just write them in each time, eh? Now, I know from a VAT point of view, I'm just going to, in fact, we will just put VAT in, I think. That does mean on the QuickBooks side, I need to activate my VAT because this was already activated. So we'll keep that in the timing though. Put this in here like this. 1270, 1270, 1270, 1270. Oh, button. 1270. It's really computer expense for this one, just so it's a different one. I probably would put it to subscriptions if I'm honest, but you know, why is it not bringing down? Right, I can't see what I'm doing here. Right, okay, let's go back to there. 27, 27. Right, next one. Sky Mobile. So telephone, 49, 49, 49, 49, 49, 49, 49, 49, 49. Cool. This is director's loan. No, 835 I put. No, 835. Okay. No, I put 835. 835. So if I do it too quick, it doesn't. 835. Right. 835. Wait. 835. Wait. 83. Oh my days! And now I've clicked up there. That was me, wasn't it? 835. 835. No. Too quick for it again. No. Too quick again. 835. Wait. 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 Right. Cool. Now I've got to go through this. This is ludicrous. Right. Okay. Online payment for Amazon Marketplace. For that, I'll just do other direct for these ones. Other direct costs. Company's house. Let's do sundry. miscellaneous. In fact, that's me not having a very good direct expense will do. Cool. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Post. Oh no, let's do advertising for this one. Advertising. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Travel. National, fine. Back to subscriptions. No, that was me in fairness to it. 45, 45, 45, 45. 485, which I did click. It's just too quick for it. 485, 485, 485, 485, 485, and wait. And then just do over to these other direct costs. 1, 2, 3. And then, I don't know. I'll put that one. Subcontract costs. So there we go. Cool. Save and reconcile all. Nice one. All right. Seemed all right. Seemed quite quick. All right, little niggly things there. For me to create a new account, I had to know a random code, which I thought was weird. So I had to know that code to be able to put it in there. Oh, sorry, know a spare one to put it in there. Now I've put it in there. 17968 is cool. That's right. So let's go and reconcile this then. So manage account and reconcile account. 17968. Right, where do I put the 179? Yep, you suggested me, but I want to say that is 17968. How do I reconcile it? Because reconcile report. Statement ending balance. So it is 179.68. Update. Cool. So that's now been reconciled. Brilliant. So able to put that in there, being able to reconcile it. It was also frustrating that I was almost too quick for it. So I'm putting in the code that I've just memorized, put it in there, especially the direct loan one. I had to literally wait each time. So, you know, teething problems, I'll say more than anything else, but not too bad. Right. Let's start the clock now for doing it in QuickBooks. Now, I have to take a little bit longer though, because I've got to go taxes. But I've got to turn this on, so it's a bit frustrating. Cool. Right. That is frustrating about to do that, but that's fine. Cool. Skip now. And let's go transactions, back transactions. Cool. Now, what I am going to use is the grouping functionality. I love the grouping functionality. Do it by description. And then what I can do now is go through and start adding these. So that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. That one's edit. I probably have to do another one called add new account. Let's call it other direct costs. So I'm adding a brand new account here. Don't have to worry about any of the other things. Save and close. Apply and accept. Cool. So now I've just added all those transactions in. Oh, I forgot the VAT side. My fault. I forgot we turned VAT on. No problem there. I just do edit and I put 20% VAT. Boom. Awesome. Apply and accept. Cool. Right, now I can just go through the rest of these. So that one is insurance. I already knew that actually, so I don't know why I'm doing that. Accept. Virtual online, 20%. Accept. And one of the clever things as well is because I'm doing things multiple times, like I was a new one, it's actually asking me to put what's called a rule in place. And what that means is next time it sees this transaction, it's not going to keep asking me the same question. It's just going to automatically add it. So I only have to do this once for these ones that are coming through like this. So much easier than having to go through and manually do these ones. So this is going to be directors, current account. Plan accept. Excellent. All right, and again, it's asking me, do I want to create a rule so the next time that happens, it's just going to go and, because it learns, right? It's learning from me doing that, and that's exactly what I want it to do. Cool. These are all going to be subscriptions. And notice as well, in QuickBooks world, it's tried to tell you what it thinks it's going to be. Now, in my case, I've gone through and I've just accepted them as I have done. It's asking me for 3 suggested rules there, so next time I'll be fine. And I can choose to accept what they're telling me, or I put my own in, don't I, as I am doing here, and apply and accept. So I'm flying through these now. So for example, here, look, this ScotRail, it says travel expense. All I need to do is go in there and say what the VAT is, and just press add. Technically, I suppose that could have been exempt, but hey, we're in now. And the rest of these then, oh no, that's, that one's going to be advertising. 20% VAT. And then the rest of these, oh, let's put that to subscription. Oh no, subcontractor, I think we called it. Virtual online, didn't we? Oh no, subscription's fine now. Let's back to there. And press add. And then just put this to sundry expense. Technically it's exempt. Cool. Add. And then finally then, we add all these. Edit. Put this to other direct costs. And press apply and accept. Cool. Stop the clock. Now, final bit for me to do actually is just to reconcile it. 179.68. So I can press this reconcile option at the top here. Get started. Let's get reconciled. Say the ending balance should have been that as of today's date. Press start, reconciling. Goes through and it finds me the difference. If there is a difference, it's going to tell me what that difference is at the top here. And as soon as I press finish now, every one of those transactions now been locked in place. If I make any adjustments to them now, I'll be aware of it and I'll be able to fix it nice and straightforward. So reconciliation, absolute dream. Now let's compare that timing of those two. So on the left hand side, this is how long it took for QuickBooks. On the right hand side, this is how long it took for Xero. Look how significantly quicker QuickBooks is to Xero. And don't forget, not only are we quicker at putting that information in, but also we're able to set rules automatically. So next time I put that 175 transactions in again, it's automatically going to know exactly where most of those are going to be. That is huge for me. That's really, really powerful, because that means that the more I tell it, the more I teach it, the more information I put in there, the cleverer it's going to get going forward. So yeah, I just generally think it's a much quicker way of doing it. Now, if I wanted to make any adjustments, categories, I could jump in here and make any changes I need to any of these. In fact, I could find all of my Squarespace ones, for example, select them here, and I could edit them just from there. So really quick at editing them. Xero, in fairness, it's pretty similar, isn't it? I can go to the bank accounts area and jump into my test account. And here's all the ones that have gone through. They're all the ones that have been put in. Now, if I need to change these though, I tick on these boxes here, more. So to change these now, I need to do more, mark as unreconciled to put them back into there to then go and change them as well. Also, it didn't bring any of the descriptions in for me. It's just put unknown, 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 unknown. So maybe that was my fault when I was uploading them. Maybe I didn't put the right button in or something. But yeah, very strange that, you know, because if I search for Squarespace now, so I can make some adjustments, it doesn't find any. It can't make those changes for me. I'm not able to do that. So you're so much restricted in Xero compared to QuickBooks. QuickBooks, you can make adjustments nice and quickly. Xero, if I want to make adjustments, I'd probably just need to make sure I got it right. And remember as well, if I was to make an adjustment, it's not going to tell me off for it. Right, final test then. Let's see how easy it is. So we're going back to QuickBooks this time, so get ready to start the clock. What we're going to do is we're going to process those receipts that came in. So I go to the receipts area. All three there are those ones that came through. So let's go to this first one. So it's learned that it was called Cocktail Geek. I could put add new here as well. I could call it the Cocktail Geek. Oh. Press save, but it was able to bring the £28, the type, the amount. I got all that stuff directly from there, which is great. Found the payment date for me, put a description in there, and automatically signed it to team. So I'm happy with that. So save and next. Oh, what have I missed? Oh, I just forgot to say where it was. Very good point. For this one, then I'm going to say it's from the director's current account and save and next. Cool. That was easy enough. Create expense. So that's that one done. Next one then, post office. So I could put one there, I don't need to. For this one, I'm going to say we paid for it ourselves from our director's current account. It's found its printing postage. It's found its £4.67, but it didn't know that it really should have been exempt. Fine, so then put it down to 0. 1845, printing postage and stationery. Press save and next. Simple as that. Next one. This one is oh, it's just found the name of it at the top. That's fine. Let's put this on as a bill, though, because we don't want this to be a receipt. Oh, well, I can't put it as a bill because I've got simple start enabled. So, all right, fair enough. Let's just make this paid for by me then. It's found the date for me, found the amount, found everything else. It's put in subscriptions. Personally, I'd put it to telephone. You could have it as subscriptions, no problem though. Found my reference number, save and next. Create expense, stop the clock. So those 3 ones have now been put on there. Interestingly, there's other ways of putting it in. I could upload directly to computer, upload from the Google Drive font to, or forward by email. I have those 3 options as well as using my app to get that in. Super, super simple. Right, start the clock on 0. So from 0 then, remember I need to go over to my hub doc area. I need to get myself signed in. Cool. 12 to review, post office. Document type, post office. That didn't know it was exempt either. That's fine. Let's get that in. Expense. Due date don't need. Post office don't need. I need to change this. Oh, mark as paid. There it is. That's what I meant to press. Mark as paid. Publish. No. Spend money. Okay, I need to put a post office in here apparently. Oh, there it is, post office. Cool. Bank account. Oh, let's just do petty cash to be simple and fair on it. Account code. I thought it knew it was. You're not know yeah, supply post. Okay, no worries. Post and stationery. I'll do. Publish. Publishing. Still publishing. Refresh to view changes. Refresh to view changes. Published. Yes. Excellent. We're in. Cool. Let's get Cocktail Geeks. Cocktail Geeks. Dates extracted. Amount. Tax rate. Didn't know that it was 20%. Fair enough. I'll tell it then. 20%. Cool. Now I've got to go and publish this as, oh no, spend money. Contact. Well, I don't really need a contact for this one, but we'll put it in anyway. The Cocktail Geeks. Add as a new contact. Create. Bank account. Petty cash. Account. Just entertainment. Oop, my fault for spelling it wrong, so can't complain. And publish. Refresh to view changes. Published. Nice. Oh, but we need to mark that one as paid as well. Cool. And then Virgin Media. Oh, potential duplicate. That's good to see. But then because of duplicate, it's obviously going to know. No, didn't know anything. Right. Okay. Let's start again then. So I didn't notice it had 20% on. Nope. Spend money. Virgin Media. Great. Telephone. Bank account. Pay cash. And publish. Done. Cool. Right. And there we have it. That's getting data into Xero through there. So let's compare that then. QuickBooks did it in this time. Xero did it in this time. And again, it looks like QuickBooks was that little bit quicker. And the only reason it's quicker is because it's able to be directly within the software. I'm not having to go to a third party. And in fairness, maybe I could have chosen a different third party. I'm only using HubDoc because that's the one that Xero own and it's created by Xero. So you expect that same Xero experience. I've been able to get that information in, and you'd expect it to be able to use a bit of AI or something to learn the stuff. It wasn't doing any of that. It was kind of manually letting me put everything in. All it was doing was using OCR technology to see what's on the screen and then kind of bring that forward for me. So what have we learned from this? So if we compare QuickBooks versus Xero, and we put both of them up on screen now, you can see from here that QuickBooks is significantly faster than Xero, which is kind of what we was expecting, in complete honesty with you. And that's because, in fairness to Xero, we were just grabbing data and we were trying to throw it at the software. Xero isn't designed to just be able to take any scenario and be able to work with any scenario. Xero is really, really powerful if you use Xero in the way that they want you to use Xero. So if you set your business up exactly the way that Xero want your workflows to be, Xero is fantastic software for you to be able to get off the road, get working in the best possible way, get data in there fast, get really good reports out of it. But that's its weakness, right? Because in Xero world, if you try and go against its workflow, you try and do anything else other than the Xero way, well, then it's going to be significantly slower for you. If you try and go rub against the green, try and go against the way that Xero want you to go, then you're going to find problems and issues, and it's just going to take that little bit more frustration. See me having to manually code all those transactions in and having to put them in from there. Well, why can't I just batch add them? Like, what was preventing me from doing that? That's because they don't want me to do it that way. They want me to do it from the main screen and start matching and adding from there so it can learn from those elements. Whereas in QuickBooks is a toolkit to go out there and you can add how much data, when and however you want in a much more efficient manner. And that's for me where I think QuickBooks becomes that little bit more powerful for just normal businesses out there, because you're not restricted in the way that you have to run. QuickBooks can adapt to what your business needs to be. Now, if you've liked this in any way, why not head over to our store where we actually can give you some discounted QuickBooks licenses. Even if you're already a QuickBooks user, we can actually offer you these discounts. So head over to the Boffix store and go from there. But remember, use the comments below. What did we do right? What did we do wrong? Were we unfair on our test? Should I have been a little bit more favorable maybe to the Xero workflow and worked within their boundaries? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this, should we be doing this against similar software? Should we be doing this against other software that's out there? I'd love to know your thoughts and questions on that. And it'd be great to understand if that's going to be something that you think would be worthwhile. Well, that's it. My name's been Patrick. As always, this video has been an absolute pleasure to do for you. Don't forget to use that comment section to let us know. Don't forget to use the like and the subscribe button to let us know you want more content like this. And for now, QuickBooks by far is the fastest way of getting data in there if you don't want to work within the Xero workflow. It's an interesting thought, isn't it? And not something I definitely thought would be that significantly different. But here we are. The proof is in what we've just seen. My name's been Patrick. This video has been an absolute pleasure, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Hello, buddy. We've got isn't an apology. It's probably less of an apology, more of a statement to make about this next part of the video. You see, I've just gone live for Ask the Accountant, which goes live every 8:30 a.m. Why not join us for that one? And we discussed this video and the filming of this video with the audience. And basically, we used the audience of a bit of a test bed of, have I made this fair test? And it was agreed that, pretty much the test itself seemed to be fair, but maybe the way I approached this next part with Xero was a little bit unfair in the way it could do. You see, in the world of Xero, you do have an option over here when I've ticked here to be able to change one account and they will all change with it. I forgot that functionality was there. So in fairness, I probably went about this in not the most efficient of manner, and maybe there was ways in which I could be more efficient at doing this one, but I feel like it still stands. Cache coding, which is the method that I used, is designed to be there to be as fast and as quick as possible of getting data into Xero. That's why I used it. And yes, there is functionality in there that isn't quite obvious, but when you do know about it, it's easy to understand. But from a UI point of view, it's not very obvious that that would happen, right? Like, there's no real functionality that's going to tell me that that's definitely going to way through. In hindsight, though, and as everyone agreed on the show, realistically, I should have gone in and used the reconcile functionality, even though it's not reconciling, but that's one for a different point. I should have used the reconcile tab and just manually posted them from there. Because what would have happened is Xero would have started learning things. It would have made it quicker for me. It would have learned over time. It doesn't have that functionality within the cache coding. Realistically, I shouldn't have done cache coding for this one. I just stuck to my guns and used reconcile. It may have taken us slightly longer than the process I went through doing there. So maybe that means it takes even longer to get the data in. But then at least year 2, it would have been much easier for me to get that data in there. But, that's the way that that's what we're doing these videos for, right? We're testing these out, figuring the best ones. And it's about you guys giving the community, giving the feedback to let us know what's right or wrong. But yeah, just wanted to give you that quick update on that. And if you aren't watching us live 8:30 a.m. on a Monday morning, why not? Then, ask the accountant. That's what it's all about, right? We're going to be having these conversations, talking about it, and people are going to let us know what we've done right or wrong. So hopefully see you soon on Ask the Accountant.